Investigators with the National Park Service are continuing their investigation following the discovery of yet another human remains found at Lake Mead.
There have now been at least 3 bodies found in less than 3 months there. News 3's Steve Wolford was out at the lake again today to find out what visitors are saying about the latest find.
This latest set of human remains was found late yesterday afternoon here at Swim Beach. It's the 3rd set of remains found in the past 3 months as the water levels at Lake Mead continue to recede. But even so, it is not deterring visitors from coming out and even taking a swim.
Life can be crazy, and that's unexpected.
Army service member Brian Lamibau visiting from Fort Irwin with his family, learning about yesterday's grim discovery not far from where he was enjoying Lake Mead with his family.
We came here to enjoy the view and see how Lake Mead is like here in Nevada. But it's unfortunate to hear that, hearing bodies just laying in the lake.
The Park Service says the remains were spotted by a passerby on Swim Beach. Rangers responded and maintained a perimeter into the night while the coroner's office recovered the remains. It's unknown if that person was the victim of foul play, but it continues to make some wonder if it's tied to the late 70s and early 80s when the mob had a foothold in Las Vegas.
The first body that was found, the body in the barrel, just really interested people.
But Las Vegas historian and Mob Museum Vice President Jeff Schumacher says the mob wasn't really known to take care of business at the lake.
So what they do is they dump them out in the desert instead, or they take them out in the desert and kill them. But it didn't happen nearly as often as you think. That said, I don't recall ever seeing this idea that the mob was dumping bodies in Lake Mead. That was not really a thing until this barrel turned up.
I've heard about the television in Germany about this interesting and as well horrible news, yes.
Mob folklore aside, Andreas Wilken learned about the bodies being found at Lake Mead at home in Germany. Did it give you any second thoughts about coming here and having your family go swimming?
Actually not, because it's so hot. We just won't go into the water, and we weren't thinking about that.
The Park Service is handling the investigation at this point and says it won't release any new information until the coroner's office has had a chance to complete the autopsy.
The search is on for vandals who targeted Gilcrease Orchard over the weekend. A group of people believed to be teenagers broke in and caused thousands of dollars in damage. Gilcrease is a popular spot for families to pick their own fruit. As News 3's Denise Rosh explains, employees are confident that group will be identified.
This is where the vandals got in, knocking down part of the exterior fence. This alone will cost several $1,000s to fix. Now a sign is posted right here along with the damage with a warning. Smile pretty, you are on surveillance.
So some people are just looking for mischief to do, and that's what happens sometimes here.
The video was recorded about 11:15 Saturday night. 4 boys and 1 girl seen creeping around Gilcrease Orchard in the far northwest part of the valley, riding around on the business's golf carts, causing substantial damage.
I think with the golf cart, they came back and knocked out another section of fence because there were 2 sections. One was inside, one was outside.
Mark Rubin is the orchard's director, who says the vandalism comes at a busy time for the business, just as employees are bottling apple cider.
We sell out usually by mid-October.
And preparing for the fall, when the orchard welcomes thousands of people for pumpkin picking.
This pumpkin is bigger than you are.
It's going to take a lot of time to fix the fence and with the labor, when we need to be doing other things.
The property has been in the Gilcrease family for more than 100 years. Originally growing alfalfa, it was converted to an orchard in the 1970s. The big draw this time of year.
Yeah, here's some good ones.
Peaches. The public invited 3 days a week to pick their own.
This one's a good one to eat right now.
Rubin says while it appears the trees themselves were not damaged, the vandalism still hurts. And he believes with the help of the surveillance video, someone will get caught.
I think we'll probably find out. There's enough of them, someone's going to have eventually spill the beans to somebody.
Until then, business at the orchard continues.
Everyone rallies around it, and so that's very nice.
Well, we're just 2 weeks away from the first day of school for Clark County School District students, and CCSD schools won't have zone variances anymore, but starting this year, they do have a change of school assignment.
So parents were able to apply to schools with open seats, and if more students applied than there were seats available, there was a random lottery. But when it comes to playing sports, some parents say they felt blindsided that their middle school kids may be sitting out athletics this year. Crisis in the Classroom investigative reporter Tiffany Lane explains why.
Well, one thing some say they didn't know is that their middle school student will not be able to play sports for their first year under a change of school assignment, also known as COSA. It's a rule they believe that the district wasn't clear on.
Yes, one of Debbie Odell's greatest joys is cheering her kids on at their sporting events.
Harbaugh!
Bethany Williams' sons Trey and Anthony also love to keep active.
Good job, Trey!
But come this August, they won't be putting their jerseys on, at least not at their new middle schools. They switched schools through a change of school assignment, also known as a COSA. Odell applied for a COSA for her son Ian after he was rezoned for a different middle school. And Williams pulled her sons out of private school and applied for a COSA assignment back in January. And then a problem arose.
We accepted the seats in March, and then sometime in May, I'd heard that through the COSA program, middle school students would now not be allowed to play sports their first year.
I play basketball, I run track, and this year I want to play football. And at first I was shocked to hear that I couldn't play sports this year at my new middle school.
Both Odell and Williams say they were unaware middle school students wouldn't be eligible to play their first year under a COSA.
When we applied, there was an acknowledgement that said that varsity level students would not be able to play, and varsity, as far as I know, is just high school, so it didn't apply to us, so I didn't have any concerns. And then come May, it changed to say middle school students would not be allowed to play.
News 3 reached out to CCSD, and in a statement, the district said, quote, "The website was updated to reflect the COSA policy applicability to middle schools as well. Should a parent decide to withdraw their child's COSA and remain at their zone school, they must do so before the start of school."
I probably wouldn't have signed up for the COSA for him had I seen that rule, because if we would have waited to see if he got in on a lottery system through the magnet school, he would have been able to play immediately.
If the people from the school district were watching this, is there a message you'd like to share with them?
Bring sports back for people who aren't zoned for school and who really love to play sports.
Everyone should be able to play sports.
As CCSD families, are you impacted by this COSA rule? I'd like to hear from you. Reach out to me on that, as well as any other important issues to you in our schools. School tips at news3lv.com or 702-805-0489. Back to you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Reed Cowan from News 3 Las Vegas. We want to thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Remember, you can always see more of our videos by clicking on the video links. And also don't forget to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of our YouTube updates. Thanks for watching.